I've kind of played on TikTok a little bit, and I'm starting to see a new trend, which doesn't surprise me because the participation trophy generation, and they will do anything for likes and followers, which is mind-blowing, no matter how much trouble they can get into or what can happen. So, if you're still eating out at restaurants in 2024, you might want to watch the rest of this. That flux of things going on I was telling you about is all these clowns that are in the fast food industry. Yeah, I'm kind of doing something at the same time. Mostly, I mean, some are in regular restaurants too, but most of I've seen is in the fast food industry. And if you sit there and you watch all the shit going on, I mean, I sat there and watched one for, you can go through my video playlist, I'll put it in there, that these clowns will be sitting there playing on the phone and then making your food. Cross-contamination like a motherfucker. I mean, it's unreal. Then I got one video, the manager of Whataburger. I don't know if she's a shift manager or if she's a store manager, but it says manager on her shirt. And she's standing there and steadily scratching her neck, doing this and that, and then going back to making food. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And all you people are begging and raising hell about the $20 an hour, but you can't even follow simple guidelines of the Board of Health. Simple. What's the point in the gloves if you're still going to scratch your head or your neck or touch your cell phone or touch all these other things, trash can, and go back to making people's food? I mean, be for real. I think it's going to be, I think the name of the playlist is going to be called Fast Food Workers, What Not to Do. I think that's what I'm going to do. That'd be the easy way. I'll put the link to it in this description of this video. Because, I mean, it's getting unreal. I just don't understand what the fuck's in these people's heads. And you wonder why people get sick so much. I mean, this is no joke. I mean, I'll give you an example. This will probably go on how to be a fast food worker or how to be a restaurant worker. I don't know where this is going to go. But 20 years ago. Has it been 20 years ago? 25 years ago, I think. 24, 25. Yeah, it's been 20 because it was 2004 when it happened. 2003, 2004. I was working two jobs. I was an electrician during the day, and at night I was working at a bar called BT Boomers. Rick done lost that motherfucker years ago with his conniving shit. And thing was, you had all the waitresses. And this particular, let me stop. Back then, people would put straws in your drinks for you. They'd pick them up out of the box and stick them in your drink for you. So they wasn't wrapped. But this is why they started being wrapped. So this girl, steadily coughing in her hands, this shit and that shit. And I asked for one of the other waitresses to get me a drink. Because we're not supposed to walk around through the store, through the restaurant, to get our sodas or water or whatever. So the waitress has to hang it to us. And lo and behold, I didn't realize it till after the fact, that after I done drank about the fourth drink, this dumb fuck was the one giving my drinks the whole time. And I didn't know it because I wasn't working the window. So 2 days go by. I started feeling pretty bad, pretty messed up. I didn't feel good. But I still had two jobs to do. So I did it. And this went on. This was a Monday. So by Thursday, I was so sick, I couldn't see straight. But I was still going to work because I wanted that money. I was greedy. So I go in Thursday, and my boss is like, look, motherfucker, your ass is going to the hospital or the doctor, I don't care which. You got insurance, and you do not come back until you see the doctor. And this wasn't the restaurant people. They didn't give a shit either way. But it was my boss for electrical. And I'm just like, because it's, I don't know. I mean, I kept my face covered. I kept away from the food. I washed my hands and everything. So that was okay. But it was just, when I went there, come to find out, I had 103 temperature, which was pretty fucked up. So, all because her coughing her hands and not washing her hands and putting my straw in my cup and me drinking it. So with that being said, now you understand how you can get sick when people just don't understand it. Well, these people in these 3 videos that I've got posted that I'll be putting up, you can see some of that, which is unreal. And I call one of them on it. The dude, I don't even know what the fuck, whoever they were, was at McDonald's. They were working in the back of McDonald's on the line, and you can see all the cross-contamination they're doing. And I spoke up and said something, and after about 4 minutes, this person doing whatever they're doing stopped and just started checking their phone, seen that I said that, it went boop, and blocked my ass. I was like, yep, yeah, you know you're in trouble. So, I mean, that, they're getting away with it, doing it on live now. And most of the ones I've been seeing is Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, and now Whataburger. And that's all the workers that are complaining about minimum wage. But they steadily on TikTok. So, I mean, what the fuck? You want $20 an hour, but you can't send my food out on time? You cannot get off TikTok or Facebook, whatever you're doing, to make my food and take your break and get on social media? I'm just like, for real? I mean, come on. That is just unreal. Now, Board of Health, all of those things they were doing in the video when I was working in the restaurant industry would get you shut down. Flat out. It would get you shut down because it was public and people could see it. You would get a fine and they would shut your ass down until you fix the problem. You would get probably a 3-day shutdown for it. Now, it's become socially acceptable to be that way. And I just don't understand. And with the way the government's doing our food anyway, and the way that all this other stuff's going on, that our money's tight. Our money is tight. But y'all's generation is accepting their people to act this way and do these things, and you're paying for it just like I am. I mean, you're paying, if you're going to the McDonald's, you're paying $15 for that number one. Or if you're going to Taco Bell, you're paying $17 for that number 3. I don't go to that place no more. I don't give a fuck. I ain't been to fast food and I can't tell you when. I make my goddamn food. Secondly, it's cheaper to go to a sit-down restaurant than it is fast food in the first fucking place now. And the way the quality of the food and what they're putting in it, you might as well just stay at home and eat your shit. But it's just funny. And I know it's kind of a little bit of a ramble, but you guys, your kids are getting sick from the food you're eating anyway. Because America's food is toxic as fuck. It's just, there's no way around it. They don't care. And then when you add on an employee of a restaurant that's supposed to be the utmost cleanliness. Now, mind you, I used to work for McDonald's. And the way that you got trained, that place was spotless. I'm telling you, our restaurant was spotless. All of them. Up until a certain time, like 2007, 2008, is when it started going downhill. Same way with Taco Bell. The Board of Health, the cleanliness, I mean, it was perfect. There's a lot of things you had to be attentive to, or they would send your ass home for the day. I mean, they didn't play. It was not acceptable at all to do a lot of the shit they're doing now. It was not. They would fire your ass for it and not have to pay you unemployment because they can prove you did it because of all the cameras. So then it makes me wonder if whoever owns these establishments are not okay with it, because you got cameras everywhere in a lot of these restaurants. Every restaurant I ever worked at, there was cameras every fucking where. Everywhere. From the sports bars I did, the regular restaurants, the buffets, the fast food, there was cameras everywhere. It was unreal. So, I'm just telling you, it is what it is. But just watch all those videos that you can find through TikTok, then you know where not to go. And it's just going to come to a point to where everybody's just going to have to stay at home and start cooking their own food, because between the government trying to poison us, and now you got the fast food industry and the restaurant industry trying to do it, you might as well just stay home. But I didn't mean to be rambling. I just want you guys it wasn't acceptable when I was working. It wasn't acceptable. And I don't know what changed to make it acceptable now, but my generation won't change it because they're afraid, I guess, of the complaining or being canceled. But y'all need to get y'all's generation in check and tell them to stop.